means everything to me and my family to see how many people that she touched and how many lives that she impacted just by being herself. I gotta be honest, man. My heart is really heavy today because losing your mom, that's a pain that I can't even put into words. It's the kind of pain that changes you because when you lose the person that gave you life, it feels like a piece of your own soul leaves with them. And I know that this kind of pain, it will not just fade with time. And we often think that time heals all wounds, but it doesn't. It just teaches you how to carry that weight forward. So in an interesting way, it kind of makes us stronger. Remember to give yourself some grace. Now, if you knew my mom, you knew that she was the loudest voice in the room when it came to supporting the people that she loved. She was our biggest fan, our loudest cheerleader, and the first one to tell us how proud she was, even when we didn't even really want to hear it. She had no filter when it came to love. Kaylee, she called you Gert. Kirsty, she called you String Bean.
I wish you would.
KZ,
I wish you would.
you told me she called you Queen, but I don't believe that. And she would scream Hollywood when I would make a big play in football. But I think that's just what makes her special. The type of mother that she was. At my football games, whether it was Little League or high school or college football, she would be yelling at the refs as if she was on payroll. And I look over at my dad, and we would just put our heads down and just shake them. But deep down, we really loved it because we knew that was her. And that's just how that she showed love, and she made sure that you felt it. She had this warmth that could fill an entire room, and when she laughed, you felt that joy. And when she spoke to you, you felt cared for. And when she hugged you, it just felt like home. And she went through a lot in her life. Many battles that tested her strength, but she never stopped fighting. Amen. Watching her face those challenges taught me what real toughness looks like. It's not about never falling. It's about getting back up again, again, and again. And she did just that. With the gazillion health conditions that she probably had, and then some, okay? Until the very end. I would say that losing her has taught me a different kind of strength. And no, I'm not talking about building muscle or working out, okay? I know y'all know that's all y'all see. She be posting the workouts on Facebook. But I mean, she taught me how to carry and shoulder that pain and still move with purpose. And something important that I need you all to know, that grief has a way of isolating you. I know this very well because it can make you feel lost, disconnected, and even numb. And I've learned that being vulnerable is actually a superpower. Because when you open up and you share your grief with someone that can hold space for you, your healing begins. You realize you're not alone in it, and we all carry something heavy. But we don't have to carry it alone. And I think that's something that my mom would have wanted all of us to do, to lean on each other, to love each other harder, even when we have disagreements. And to keep showing up even when it hurts, okay? Because I know that she was so proud of all of us and extremely proud of, where my life was headed. She'd light up every time we talked about what's next. When I moved to Orlando a few years ago, things between us got a little rocky, and our relationship did change. Not from a lack of love, but because she didn't really know how to let her last child leave the nest. I haven't been back in over 3 years. but that's something I'm just gonna have to live with. But even when that energy felt off, she never stopped showing love, and she still checked in and still let me know that she was proud, and still remind me that no matter what, I will always be her baby.
And the favorite.
Y'all said it. I'm almost done. One of the biggest blessings before she passed was that we got to have an incredible talk about the next chapter of my life. The last real conversation we had was a few weeks before she left us, right after I came back from Invest Fest, which is this huge conference in Atlanta where 25,000 black and brown people showed up to learn about financial literacy, networking, investing, entrepreneurship, content, politics, everything, you name it. There was no security and it was all love. And I got to talk to her for a good hour about life, about what I was learning at this conference, all the way from, how to steer LJ a little bit in the right direction. We talked about football and everything, that's great, but you know what I mean? I think if you learn how to build a robot or something, that'd be pretty cool too. I would not have become an American gladiator if she didn't bring me into her room when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and she sat me down and made me watch it. And it was like Powerball and Break Through and Conquer or something, and I was literally glued to the TV, and that's what sparked my interest into playing football. And for it to come back around full circle was pretty cool. We also talked about what this would mean for our family when the show comes out next year and other opportunities, and honestly everything I wanted to do to make things better for us as a family. That requires a lot of sacrifice. We talked about the incredible things that she and my dad did for us growing up, and even the not so great things. Like when she would wake me up in the morning for school yelling up and Adam, you're going to be late, and she'd leave the light on, and then she'd walk out, which is so annoying. I'm like, why'd you have to do that? Who's Adam? Who's Adam? I know it's the joke. The joke. This is you, the joke. It's okay. But one of the best conversations we have ever had. And I didn't know it then, but that really brought our relationship full circle. And I'll always be grateful for that moment, that mother and son connection, and saying everything that needed to be said. And I know when those moments I just spoke of come into life and come into fruition, when the lights are on and the blessings start unfolding, she'll be watching proudly from above, smiling, saying, "That's my son."
Amen. Yelling at the rest.
And yelling at the rest. Hey, that's a penalty. That's a flag. Yeah, that was her. But to my dad and my sisters, I love y'all. I know this pain runs deep, and we've all been trying to hold it together in our own ways, by keeping ourselves busy. I know this hurts. And it's a pain that is very difficult to articulate, but you just feel it. But I know that Mom is still with us, and she's in our strength, and our laughter, and all of our moments when we just keep pushing forward, even when we don't feel like it. And that's just her spirit right there. Her toughness, her extra hard-headedness, it's in our DNA. Last thing, when I was little, I think I was about 5, 6 years old. And it was my first time playing football for Wheaton Boys and Girls Club, right around that corner of Randolph Road and Georgia Avenue. Y'all know. And I remember telling her that I wasn't big or strong enough to play with the older kids. And she looked me in the eye and said, "Fix your face, get in there, give it all you got." And her old saying, "Always remember that you're a little piece of leather, but well put together." And those words mean more now than it ever has. Mom, thank you for showing us what real love looks like. We will keep carrying your light, and your legacy will live on forever through your family and friends. I love you. Thank you.